Hi everyone, Chag Sameach. In a few days' time, it is going to be the Chag of Shavuot, and we will read on Shavuot the book of Ruth. Over here, you can see over here, Megillat Rut. There are 5 Megillas altogether. And one of them, obviously, naturally, we know there's a Megillat Esther, which we read on Purim. There's also Megillat Rut, or popularly known as Ruth, we call it in English. And it's very, very interesting. It's Shavuot is a festival of the Torah, where we said Na'aseh Nishma. At Har Sinai, we unequivocally accepted and said that we were going to accept and take on all the mitzvot of the Torah to Hashem. That's what the zchut, we got it. However, one could argue one of the things that we do in the night time of the Chag of Shavuot is to learn the whole night Torah. Many people stay up the whole night and show how dear it is to Hashem and learn Torah the whole night. So one person could say, look, I don't learn Torah the whole time. I don't hardly do anything even. Why should I do it? Why should I spend time on these things? So, first of all, we can see from many things, just from Ruth herself, she came out from hardly anything. She wasn't even Jewish originally. However, she kept keeping all these small different things, and then it led to her having a dramatic incredibleness when it came to tzniut. And then at the end, she became the great-grandmother of King David HaMelech. Later on, also the great-great-grandmother of Solomon, Shlomo HaMelech, King Shlomo. Also the Zechuyot, just from all these little things that she did, she went to greatness at the end. We just learned in the Daf Yomi, only last week in Masechet Sotah on page 47, within regards to the forefather of David HaMelech, you could say, because we know that Ruth was from Moab. Her great-great-great-grandfather actually was from the Torah. We learn in Sefer Bamidbar, in Parshat Balak, there was Balak. He was a king of Moab. And we see how great it is even to do things not for the sake of heaven, even with the very bad intentions, but still to do something that's related to Torah, related to the mitzvot. And we see that King Moab, he wanted a partner. He did partner up with Bilam, the sorcerer, the wicked sorcerer, and they wanted to curse Am Yisrael. And as they were doing it, one of the strategies that Balak had, he had a great sense and awe of Hashem, in a sense that he dedicated Korbanot, sacrifices to Hashem, each time before the curse was made. He realized that. And sages in the Talmud said only, which we learned last week, that because he believed in Hashem, the powerness of Hashem, the power, and actually brought even Korbanot, which was probably an exorbitant amount of money, and showed great intention on his part, albeit for evil purposes, because he was doing, let's just say, a mitzvah, but not for the sake of heaven. He gets to have Ruth descend from him. Ruth, the Moabite, who would later on become the great-grandmother of King David, which is the sparks of Mashiach. So all the more so that if we do things, we see there's a festival of Shavuot, and many people across the world might be saying, why should I be doing this? Why should I be doing that? But, in Hashem's eyes, every little thing that we do, we don't know what greatness is going to come from it. Whatever level we might be in. Some people might not be keeping hardly anything. Some people might be keeping a lot. But all of us, whatever level we're in, on this Shavuot, we could take on that bit extra in the zchut and in the merit of Ruth herself, the greatness that she had, everything she gave up. She came from such a rich household. She didn't have to go back at the end with her mother-in-law at the time, but she did with Naomi. She didn't have to go with Naomi, but she did at the end and sacrificed so much, all her wealth and everything, just because she knew the emet, she knew there's a Hashem, she wanted to become Jewish, she wanted greatness, and in that Zechuyot, she ended up having a King David, just like the king of Moab. He wanted to give those sacrifices and everything else, which was totally against his nature. He didn't have to do it. It was he still did it at that time, albeit it wasn't L'Shem Shemaim. So all the more so, here we are in this Shavuot. We could be doing extra. We could be learning extra Torah every day. Whatever level we are on, we could makabel, we could take something upon ourselves for the rest of the year, now that we're coming in this Shalosh Ragalim. It's a Shavuot resolution we can take upon ourselves, and then Hashem could help all of our Yisrael, and help someone else's. We've all got missions in life, all the people in the world, whatever we might be. And Hashem's put us in this life to conquer, to take on these missions and everything else. So we should do that a bit of extra. We should go against our nature on Shavuot. If it means that someone that can't stay up the whole night, stay up the whole night. If it means someone learn 20 minutes, learn 20 minutes. If it means even someone go to shul, go to the synagogue on Shavuot, even to pop in for an hour, then that's also a great thing. And may we all be strengthened this Shavuot, especially in the Zchuyot of Ruth, also of the foremother of King David. And Be'ez Hashem will all have good Shavuot. I'd like to dedicate this tidbit on Megillat Rut actually to a woman that needs a refuah shlema. She's had some procedures only today. Her name is Naomi Bat Sarah. Naturally, Naomi was the mother-in-law of Ruth, who we learned about in the Megillat Rut also. And guys, the Sephardim usually, like myself, we would usually read Megillat Rut in the afternoon, evening of the afternoon of a Shavuot itself. Remember, in Israel, it's one day. And the Ashkenazim usually do it, I believe, during part of the Shacharit service. So guys, have a Chag Sameach and have a great day. Take care. Bye.